Some people may say a game left them speechless, others in tears. This game left me unconscious. I've been dreading playing this game since 2021. I was hyped to dive into Metroid Dread, so I figured why not hit record and capture the experience. But somewhere in the middle of it, I blacked out. And when I checked the footage, it felt like something out of a horror movie where someone is standing in place overlooking somebody. Only in my case, it was a shot of Samus frozen on screen for a solid 3 minutes. Fast forward to today, I finally finished the game, so now I'm just left with one question. Was finishing Metroid Dread worth risking another seizure? First of all, this game took me about 11 hours to complete, not to brag or anything. But then I saw a guy complete a 100% speedrun and never died, all in under 4 hours, and suddenly I felt I was in the presence of a god. Still, compared to games that demand a bajillion hours and a small blood sacrifice to finish, this was a refreshing change of pace for me. One thing I absolutely loved about Dread was the gameplay. Samus made me feel like I was doing parkour. She's flipping, wall jumping, dashing, sliding, and my personal favorite, parrying. At first I was terrible at it, the timing felt impossible, but once I got the rhythm down, I was unstoppable. It's that kind of mechanic where the game isn't holding your hand, it's slapping it away and saying, do better. That's something my boss told me years ago, and I wish I could have parried him back then. The boss battles were always pretty epic, plus the music made the entire sequence unforgettable. I didn't beat any of them on my first try, so I had to memorize their attacks. But once I learned their patterns, I was unstoppable and every win felt earned. And the enemies added a whole new level of tension. Suddenly you're just not exploring, you're being hunted. And I'm sitting here like, great, I already had a seizure, now you're throwing this on top of it? Something that was kind of annoying though was how the elevators in Metroid Dread take so long. At one point I had enough time to reflect on my life choices, like choosing to become a physical therapist and failing my first semester of my first year in grad school. One of the things I've always loved about the Metroid games is the feeling of isolation. Each area in Metroid Dread oozes with atmosphere, like you're not alone on a planet that doesn't care whether you survive. Ataria greets you with cold, dark caverns and flickering lights, like the planet itself is trying to shake you off. Cataris is a fiery industrial nightmare, with magma flowing through pipes and the constant hiss of steam keeping you on edge. And there's Dairon, which feels like a haunted science lab, flickering lights, dead silence, and the creeping sense that something is watching. Verenia is this eerie, underwater facility where the broken glass and murky depths make you feel like you're exploring the wreckage of a dream. Gaveron shifts gears with its lush alien jungle, giving off vibes like nature's reclaiming the tech left behind. And then Elune, the creepy final stretch. Ancient Chozo secrets and a growing sense that you're not the only one who's been here. Each area adds to the story, not just with enemies and upgrades, but through mood, tone, and that ever-present dread hanging over your shoulder. One of my favorite moments was running into Quiet Robe. His exposition dump was actually fascinating, but the real highlight, hearing Samus speak. It was brief, but it did set the mood to kick Ravenbeak's ass. Although I was disappointed she didn't speak more than that. It's still a badass line. In fact, from now on, when anybody asks me to do something, I'm going to respond with The story in Metroid Dread was fine. Cool enough, I guess, but it didn't exactly tug at my heartstrings. If we're talking emotional impact, Super Metroid did it way better.
My name is Diego Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
One thing that really bummed me out, there's basically no reward for finishing Dread quickly or collecting everything other than artwork. Like, come on, this is Metroid tradition. On the NES, you got Bikini Samus. In Metroid 2, she's in a tank top and underwear. Super Metroid gave us Buff Samus, Metroid Prime, Helmetless Samus, Fusion, Sexy Samus Returns, Zero Mission, Zero Suit Samus, Prime 2, Zero Suit Samus again, but now she's silently judging you, Prime 3, more judgment, but still in a Zero Suit, Samus Returns, Zero Suit, and a closet full of stylish but daring outfits. But Dread, all I got was a close-up of her eyes like she's staring directly into my soul. No pose, no outfit change, just a cold, piercing glare that says, "Not today, you perv." Metroid Dread is just more of the same and doesn't exactly bring anything spectacular. But that's why I like Metroid, because it's really fun to play. However, the game was really short, but I like that it was short, so I can move on to other things. So, was Metroid Dread worth risking another seizure?
In conclusion,